Hi there, students. Enmity. Enmity. Okay, it's a noun. It can be both countable and uncountable. Enmity is a feeling of hate. Yeah? There was a lot of enmity between them. Yeah? A strong dislike of something, particularly enmity between two people. A feeling of active opposition, of hostility. Okay, I'm also going to look at the words hostility, animosity, and antagonism, because all of these words have the idea of hatred between people. Yeah? Let's see, enmity is a feeling. Yeah, normally enmity is very deep-seated, it's deep inside you. Particularly it gives the idea of something that is long-term. Yeah, there has always been enmity between these two groups. It might be overt, open, yeah, and that maybe is more like hostility. Yeah, hostility suggests expressing your hatred. Yeah, okay. Whereas enmity just says a feeling inside, and the hostility, the hostile actions, are a result of that. I think animosity again is a feeling, yeah, or a state of mind. Yeah, there is bitter feeling between the two groups. Yeah, and this very often tends to break out into hostility. So the enmity between the two meant that they showed animosity towards each other, which broke out into open hostility. Yeah, antagonism stresses the idea that the two sides hate each other. Yeah, I think enmity, it could be both sides hate each other or maybe not. Hostility again, but antagonism's got the idea that both sides are antagonists. Yeah, it stresses the mutuality of the enmity or hostility. Okay, so enmity, a strong feeling of hatred, of ill will, yeah, of not getting on well at all. Okay, so hostility. This is more common with, for example, two armies or fighting. Yeah, a hostile force, a hostile country. There are hostilities between Russia and the Ukraine. Okay, you can be hostile to something, you can be against it. So he's always been very hostile to the way I do things. You could have a hostile takeover in business where one company forcibly buys another. Yeah, even though it doesn't want to be bought. Yeah, because they buy enough shares to take control. So if you're a hostile takeover, the person or the group taken over is unwilling, but they can't stop it. Yeah, so hostile, of an enemy. Yeah, as if these were warring factions. Yeah, animosity is a violent hatred. This is active opposition. Let's see, enmity is more deep-seated and inside. Animosity is when it comes to the surface and it comes out. It's much more active, much more energetic. Yeah, so it's effectively energetic hatred, energetic opposition to. And then antagonism is a strong dislike, but a mutual one. Yeah. Okay, these two have been antagonizing each other. To antagonize, we also use to make worse. So this antagonizes the situation. It makes it worse. So antagonism, the two groups are doing everything they can to make the other side angry. Okay, so enmity, a state or a feeling of opposition. Hostility is when it breaks out into active fighting, most probably, but not necessarily. Animosity, energetic, strong dislike, and that animosity breaks out into hostility. And antagonism, the mutuality of it, they really dislike each other. Okay, so let's look at some formalities for these. Enmity. I think enmity, I'm going to give, I think, a 6.5 in formality. I think you could use it in a semi-formal and an informal conversation. Probably better in something semi-formal writing. Hostility is a 5, and you can use absolutely anywhere. Animosity, I'd probably give a 6, something like that, but use it anywhere. And there's a lot of antagonism between them. I think probably 6 as well, but you use antagonism anywhere. So of this group, enmity is certainly the most formal, but not by a lot. Yeah, let's see. Enmity itself comes from Latin, inimicus, an enemy. Okay, so that's quite easy. Hostile comes from Latin, from hostis, an enemy. Animosity comes from animus, meaning the courage or the spirit or the mind. And then antagonism, this one comes from ancient Greek. Antagonistes, an opponent. Okay, so effectively they're all very clearly linked. Yeah, enmity, a strong feeling inside long term. Hostility, when people start to fight or shout or be openly aggressive to each other. Animosities, when this enmity comes up and it starts to be more active, and it may well break out into hostility. And then antagonism, both sides being as nasty as they can to each other, so they're ready to fight as well. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Enmity, hostility, animosity, and antagonism.